Jai Hind everyone, welcome to my channel Rainy Teach. Today I am again with a history book with explanation of chapter 2 on the trail of the earliest people. In the previous chapter we have studied that the people, those who were living on the bank of the rivers, they were skilled gatherers. They gathered fruits, roots, leaves, etc. for living. But as the time passed, these people, they became hunters also. They hunted wild animals, they caught fish and birds, gathered fruits, roots, nuts, seeds, leaves, stalks, and eggs for their living. Now the question arises, were these people stayed at a place, or they moved from one place to another? If they were moving, then what were the reason for their movement? Actually, these hunters and gatherers, they moved from one place to another, and there were so many reasons behind it. The first and important reason for their movement is in search of food. These people, they moved from one place to another for searching their food. The second reason was the animal movement. As these people, they were hunters also. So they followed the animals which moved from one place to another for getting their food. And the third reason for the movement is difference in season. We all know that in different seasons, plants bear different types of fruits. So, for getting the fruits, different type of fruits, these people moved from season to season. The fourth and the last and the important reason for their movement is in search of water. We all know that during the summers, the water resources, they get dried up. And water plays an important role in our life. No one can live without water in this Mother Earth. So these people, they also move in search of water resources like river and lakes which were perennial. The perennial water resources means the water resources which has water throughout the year. Now the question is, how do we know about these people? In the previous chapter, we have studied that archaeologists were the people who gave us information about the past. They have gathered, they have taken out the material which was used and made by hunters and gatherers. These hunters and gatherers, they made tools which were of stones, wood, and bones. And out of all these three, stone tools have survived the best. The hunters and gatherers used these stone tools for cutting meat and bone, scrape bark, hides, chopping fruits and roots. These stone tools sometimes has a handle which was made by stone or the wood. They used these tools for chopping wood also, which was also used as firewood. This wood which was also used for making huts and tools afterward. This is the map of archaeological sites. In this map we can see all the places where we can find the archaeological proofs, the archaeological sources of that time. Now, how do the people choose a place to live in? Mostly these people, they lived on the bank of the rivers where they can find good stones. They lived in two types of places. The first one is factory site and the second one is habitation cum factory site. Factory site is the place where the people found the stones and made the tools. So these sites are known as factory sites. The second one, that is habitation cum factory site, were the places where the people lived there for the longer time, and as well as they made the stone tools there. During this explanation, I have used the word stone tools again and again. Is there any technique which was used by these people for making the tools? Actually, there were two types of techniques which were used by hunters and gatherers to make their tool. The first technique is used known as stone on stone, and the second one is known as pressure flaking. Let's move on to the first technique, that is stone on stone. In this technique, the pebble from which the tool was to be made was held in one hand. Another stone which was used as a hammer was held in other hand. The second stone, which was used to strike off flakes from the first till the required shape was obtained. And in second technique, that is pressure flaking, the core was placed on a firm surface. The core means the stone from which they want to make the tool. And the second one, that is the hammer stone, was placed on the core to remove flakes that could be shaped into tool. So these were the two techniques which were used by them for making their tools. Now finding about the fire. In the Karnool caves, we have found, that means the archaeologists have found the traces of ash. We think that the fire could have been used for them for the many things. They might have used the fire as a source of light, for roasting meat, and to scaring wild animals. As the time passed, there were so many changes which came in the climate of the world. Around 12,000 years ago, the climate of the world changed. In many areas, due to the warm condition, the development of grassland occurred. And due to the increased grassland, the number of the deer, antelope, goats, sheep, cattle, that means the herbivores, they also increased. So, these people, the hunters and gatherers, they hunted them and started learning about their food habit and their breeding season. And by this, they started herding and rearing of animals. They collected the seeds and started growing them. And with this, the agriculture started. These people, they started growing their own food. As the time passed, during the unfavorable conditions, that is, favorable seasons, these people, they painted the wall of their caves with the bright colors. They draw the figure of animals, and they have drawn these animals with a great accuracy and skill. These rock paintings can be seen in the caves which were found in Madhya Pradesh and southern Uttar Pradesh. Now the question arises, who did what? That means, what work was done by whom? No one can tell this. There is no proof. There is nothing which proves that the certain work is done by the certain persons. So, no one really knows. So, there may be some possibility. The first possibility is that both men and women may have done many of the things together, like hunting, gathering, painting on the cave wall, etc. And it is also possible that some tasks were done only by women and other maybe only by men. And there could be some different practices in different parts of different subcontinent. Now, as we have already seen this map, now we will have a closer look of a archaeological site named as Hanski. Now, Hanski, it is also a Paleolithic site which is found in the southern part of India. Here also, the archaeologists have found a large number of tools, as Hanski was a habitation cum factory site, and most of the tools which were made here was made from a special type of stone, that is the limestone, which was locally available there. Not only in India, all over the world, the archaeologists have found the traces of Paleolithic sites. They have also found some caves. In France also, some school children, they have discovered a cave. In that cave, the walls were painted with the bright colors. And these colors were made from minerals like iron ores and charcoals. And these paintings, they were made with accuracy, which shows their accuracy skill. Thank you.